fake extra weights and all this fake bullshit and watch a bunch of gay guys ogle me in the sauna. The best I can do is be cute. You know, I have this boyish charm, which might go away in a few years, but right now I am this cute young guy. Hello everyone, welcome back. Today, we've been getting a lot of comments, asking for advice, giving suggestions, just opinions from people about me, my show, my life, and my thoughts, and I thought it'd be good to spend a day going through some of the comments and giving my reactions and responses to them. Let's get down to it. The first comment comes from this Instagram DM. He says, genuinely curious, and you probably will never see this, but how is taking risks to do things like startups asymmetric as opposed to something like IB in terms of expected value? What he means by this, by IB, he means investment banking, which is like this finance career that a lot of undergrads from prestigious colleges will do. And IB pretty much guarantees you like a high pay out of college. By expected value, he means the term of the amount that you will win multiplied by the probability that you will actually win that thing. And what he's actually asking is, if I have a guaranteed route to financial stability, you know, supposedly guaranteed route to financial stability doing this one career, why would I abandon that to do the much lower probability success of doing a startup? Because even though a startup might have higher wins, there's so fewer wins, and in the actuality, these things are even. I would say this seems to be a very Asian mindset. Like, so every Asian American really tries to think like, what is the most optimal way to get to 5 mil liquid before I'm 30? And I'd say that's just a fundamentally wrong approach to looking at life, because when you do a startup, the expected value, you know, like the potential of winning, like you don't just win money. It's not just $1 billion that you win if your startup actually goes super well. It's the fact that you learn so much more about yourself. You really escape the rat race. You learn things about companies and about people and about like what you're capable of when you go through these hard things. And you can actually completely distance yourself from all the other people who are like trying to chase prestige and like out prestige each other, and that will make you fulfilled. There's almost nothing more fulfilling you can do than something that is very hard. And startups, what you win from winning from doing a startup, whether you make it or not, you win understanding and fulfillment and escaping the rat race, which is something that you'll never gain out of IB. So honestly, 2 responses to this. First, stop doing the Asian thing of like constantly worrying about EV. Like, you don't need to be 5 mil liquid before 28 and a half for your life to be optimal. And second, understand that the upside of doing your own thing is actually way higher than just money. You will just live a more fulfilling and interesting life that you actually want to live. The next comment comes from a guy. He says, Roy, where did you find your nose job place? I want to get mine done now. To this, I would say getting a nose job is a rather extreme measure. And when I always say you should opportunistically try and solve the problems in your life, the unspoken assumption here is that the people actually know what problems exist in their life. But most people don't. And if I gave everyone a button that said, you know, get a bunch of plastic injected into my face to make me look better, then a lot of people who don't need to be pressing the button would be pressing the button. And I think there is some social benefit to keeping extreme measures extreme and gated only to the people who need to take those extreme measures, whose lives would actually be benefited from taking those extreme measures. If I gave everyone a button that press the button, get a free nose job, there's a lot of people who would press the button that don't actually need or would benefit from pressing the button. Just from looking at this guy's profile, I don't think he needs to press that button. So no, I will not be telling you guys where I got my nose job, but it is very natural. The next comment says, whoa, what's your workout routine, in response to a physique picture I uploaded on my Instagram. When I go to the gym, I only ever hit chest and back. The reason is because I think the only muscles that I need to grow are my chest and my back. And there's a lot of gym influencers who will tell you, you know, like you should hit PPL, you should hit Arnold split, you should do a balanced workout routine, but all that stuff is really fake. I mean, you should try to get the physique that you want. And when Alex Eubanks tells you, here's my split, you shouldn't listen to that, because what you've ignored is Alex Eubanks has chest genetics from fucking God. If you want to have your chest or your physique look anything remotely close to Alex Eubanks, you probably need to hit nothing but chest for the next 3 months to even remotely get the level of chest dominant physique that he has. So don't listen to people when don't even listen to the gym influencers when they tell you what split you should be hitting. Look at yourself in the mirror, objectively assess, here are my strengths, here are my weaknesses, here's where I'm genetically strong, genetically big, and here's where I'm genetically weak, and work on that, because everyone's dream physique is different and everyone has different genetics, and if everyone did the same split, we would not all look the same. So try and achieve your dream physique for yourself and quit listening to other people. And great chest, Alex. The next comment says, first time seeing a guy wear a Van Cleef bracelet. It's true. The most expensive thing I ever bought when I started making money was this $5,000 Van Cleef bracelet, and I will tell you why. Right now, I am not, unfortunately, ruggedly handsome. You know, I don't have a beard. I don't think I could grow a beard if I wanted to. I'm not gonna be like the cowboy next door. I am smooth-faced. I kind of look like a kid. I'm a 22-year-old Korean guy, and really, the best I can do is be cute. You know, I have this boyish charm, which might go away in a few years, but right now, I am this cute young guy. I always tell people this, but genuinely, you should always just try and ignore what people around you say and try to opportunistically do the things that will help you. And right now, you know, like most guys in my comments, most of these old guys who are commenting, they are ruggedly handsome. It would be gay for them to walk around with a Van Cleef bracelet. That would be weird. It wouldn't fit their aesthetic, but for me, it does. In this scenario, the worst thing to do is just to listen to everyone around you and do things that might unintentionally descend you, when instead you could do the things that are individually good for you. Understand yourself and your own cards, and I understand, you know, like, I'm not gonna be the fucking Chris Hemsworth. I'm not gonna look like Captain America, so I might as well, for the next few years while I have this boyish look, you know, really try to capitalize on being cute. The most expensive thing I own is this Van Cleef bracelet. I don't regret it. It might be gay in 10 years, but for now, it just helps me. So in life, always do the things that help you, not the things that people tell you to do. There seems to be a lot of people who actually don't think that I got a nose job. In the video, I talk about how everyone should try and seek to solve the problems if the solution is relatively simple, and you should always try and fix the problems in your life. Here's some pictures of my before nose, and here's the pictures of me recovering from surgery. And fun fact about nose jobs, the Asian nose job is actually a little bit different from the regular person's nose job. You don't actually get anything shaved off. Instead, you get a little silicone implant. So right now I have a little, I don't know if you guys can see, there's like a part of my nose that's not moving. It's this 1.5 millimeter silicone implant in my nose that gives it some more shape. And that's also why it looks so natural, you know, like I didn't get it shaved off perfectly. I got a little intentionally, like I got a little bump on my nose, you know, just because like you can make the implant look as natural as you want. I am doubling down on the fact that, you know, like plastic surgery is a route that more people should consider. And it's purely off the fact that most of these comments are saying, you know, like, oh, you're actually just insecure, like we shouldn't be promoting insecurity. But in reality, you know, like the truth is most of your insecurities, a lot of them are actually real. If you're insecure about being poor, you're probably not insecure, you're probably just poor. A lot of you who are insecure about being fat, you know, like with the exception of very few, like you're probably not insecure about being fat, you're probably just fat. And when you have problems in your life where the solution you think is very simple, then it's very easy. And I strongly recommend that people just go out there and try to fix their problems rather than, you know, like seeking therapy or seeking to like brainwash themselves into convincing themselves that they have no problems, you know. Every celebrity, every actor, every K-pop idol in the world gets plastic surgery. There should be no reason why you are somehow above Kim Kardashian. You have less insecurities than every single idol actress in the world. Like when you can get advantages and when you can fix things in your life, then do them. So doubling down on the nose job, I did actually get a nose job, but thank you for saying that it looks so natural. You know, I put a lot of care into picking the right nose. The next comment says, millionaire and you go to Planet, bro. Why not Equinox? I will tell you, the actual answer is that Planet Fitness is a 3-minute walk away from the office and Equinox is a 5-minute walk away. And you know, I could actually spend a couple $100 extra a month and go to this fake gym with fake prestige and fake extra weights and all this fake bullshit and watch a bunch of gay guys ogle me in the sauna. Or I could just, you know, like walk to the closer gym and just lift the weights and go home. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people like to really fantasize that when they get rich, their life is gonna change completely massively. They're gonna live in this bat cave with a hyper technological bed, but really none of that shit is really gonna change. You know, you're still gonna go to the same gym, eat the same food, use the same phone, watch the same reels. Your life right now is a lot closer than you think to the life that you would live if you were geek and mega rich. You know, you can make all this money, but ultimately at the end of the day, your life is what you choose to make of it, and you shouldn't really try and like wait to be rich to get happy. Your life is just not gonna change that much with money. Ultimately, a dumbbell is a dumbbell. So I enjoy Planet Fitness. Okay, that's it for now. I have a lot of takes about life that I really feel a moral obligation to share to the world. I will continue to talk about startups and marketing. Obviously, this is the area of life that I'm growing in the most. But in the meantime, you know, I just think there's so much in society that's really messed up. Like people just don't do the right things. People don't think the right things, at least from what I gather. So keeping this as a digital diary of all of Roy's thoughts from his early 20s. So look forward to seeing me make a bajillion dollars and hopefully helping you guys make a bajillion dollars too. Thanks guys. See you next time.